SAP system, the methodology which actually recommends by the SAP is greenfield methodology. Okay, and the remaining steps and the process is absolutely same for the ECC and S4HANA. Okay. Now moving to system conversion. So system conversion is nothing but the upgrading and are moving from one software to another software, one ERP to another ERP, or one version to another updated version. So this is a complete conversion of an existing SAP business suite system. SAP S4HANA lift and shift. Customers who want to change their current SAP ERP system to SAP S4HANA. So the clients who are actually willing to upgrade to S4HANA from any ERP systems, it is called system conversions. So here the methodology recommends by the methodology which recommends by SAP is brownfield methodology. Okay, brownfield methodology. We have two methodologies, greenfield and brownfield. So brownfield is for the conversions who are actually migrating from one ERP system to S4HANA new business suite. So this is brownfield methodology. Whereas coming to greenfield, for the newly implementing, completely new. Okay. So SAP recommends you to follow the greenfield methodology. So every methodology has various steps, a sequence of steps to follow for a better implementation, for a better productivity, and the effective system work and the effective testings, and finally effective work go live production. So it is mandatory to follow the methodology which actually recommends by the SAP, right? So these are about implementation. Now talking about landscape transformation. So in SAP terminology, what is landscape? So landscape is a server. Okay, so we have multiple servers out there in SAP. Okay, so in S4HANA, servers actually reduced, absolutely reduced. So it requires less number of hardware components and less servers. So that is the reason we can consolidate the current regional SAP systems into one global SAP S4HANA system. So it means we can eliminate the additional servers and the additional landscapes, and we can consolidate into only one global SAP S4HANA for the one client. They can maintain only one global landscape for entire processes. Okay, or we can split also. We can split into in terms of geographical wise, product wise, anything for the best tracking and monitoring. Okay, so we have both. We can consolidate the landscapes and we can split out the landscape. Both can be possible in S4HANA. So this is the this is how the landscape process will be done. So now coming to the module replaced. This is actually we discussed a while ago. So in ECC 6.0, we call it as FICO, which stands for Finance and Control. Now in S4HANA, FICO replaced initially with the name of Simple Finance and followed by Central Finance. Now it is HANA Finance. So FICO replaced with HANA Finance currently. Okay. Now let us talk about the modules in S4HANA. So Simple Finance, HANA Finance, Simple Logistics, SAP CRM, SAP SRM, SAP SCM, and PLM. These are all the modules. So the modules which we know in ECC, MM, SD, human resource, FICO, all the modules actually replaced with these modules. Okay. So we are going to call it as in future we are going to call as HANA Finance Consultant, not FICO consultant, not FI consultant. Okay, we will be called as HANA Finance Consultant in coming future. So different modules have been optimized to run exclusively on HANA database. So all the modules actually absolutely optimized to run exclusively on HANA database only. SAP S4HANA Business Suite designed to run exclusively on HANA database. Okay, the backend application layer only runs on HANA database, and front end will be developed with SAP Fiori. So implementation methodology, this is where we discussed. We have already come across this. In ECC, the methodology recommends to implementation is ASAP methodology. In S4HANA, for implementation, for the first time implementation, SAP recommends you to follow the greenfield methodology. And to upgrade or conversion from any ECC version to S4HANA, recommends you to follow the brownfield methodology. Okay. So these are the changes, S4HANA changes compared to ECC. So what are the what kind of changes actually what kind of changes have actually happened in S4HANA since after launching S4HANA? So we can compare with ECC. Okay. So these topics will be covered in the next session. Okay. Today only I am discussing about the complete overview of HANA, S4HANA. So what are the characteristics? What are the methodology, implementation methodology? So what is Fiori? So what are the modules actually replaced? Okay. So what is on-premise and cloud? So how many versions we have in cloud for in on-premise? And what are the licensing model for subscription? And the main importantly, what are the benefits and advancements which we offered by SAP, which the customers actually offered by SAP. So everything have been covered in this session. Okay, so these are some important interview questions also. I hope this session actually useful for you guys. I hope some knowledge actually I have shared to you. That's all about my today's presentation. So the changes will be covered in the coming session, next session. So what are the changes compared to ECC will be covered in next session. So actually my thought is to give complete overview. So if we have a complete overview on S4HANA, HANA and ECC, what are they? Then only it is much easier, much flexible to understand the changes, right? So that's what actually my ideology. So that is the reason I have covered everything in this session, right? Thank you. Any questions?
Share the document, bro.
Yeah, okay. I'll share the document once after the second presentation also done. Okay. Okay. Bye, guys.